Hey folks, Gary here in the garage. I'm a curious guy. I think it's good to be curious about things. And I just replaced the hubs, the rear hubs and bearings on Alana's car. And I was curious because I wanted to take them apart and see what's going on. And by taking it apart, I could see why you can't just order bearings by themselves. You have to order the hub and the bearing. The reason why is the hub is actually the outer part of the bearing. And so these are the inner part of the bearing, and that's the outer part of the bearing. Of course, there's the bearings and there's the little things that hold on to the bearings. But the other thing I found interesting is this. Out of all the noise that they were making, I don't know if you can see it, it's just this little tiny mark right there. Go right tight there. Sit down with the light. You want a light here? Like this. Like that. Right there. You can see a little bright mark right there. That little tiny mark, it's hardly anything. That's what was making all the noise. The boom, 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 was that little tiny mark. I actually looked at all these little bearings. These are the ones that were coming off that side there, and there's not a mark on any of them. They're smoother than smooth. It was just that one little mark there. And here's something that always boggles my mind. You put those in there. And see how small those are. All the weight of the car is on those. Believe it or not. Like, so for her car, probably 4,200 pounds, something like that. So this corner would have maybe 1,000 pounds on it. 1,000 pounds on that one little tiny bearing that goes around and around and around. And that to me is phenomenal, the engineering behind that. So you think of your big truck, you know, I don't know, you're putting like 2,000 pounds in the back of it. It's only sitting on one little tiny bearing at a time, which I think is just cool.